So now we're learning about solving equations. We're going to start with addition and subtraction, the most basic way to go. So an equation has an equal sign. You're equating one expression with another. We can see an equation right here. Here, x, an unknown variable, or unknown, plus 20 equals 50. And we're going to figure out a way to solve for x. This is a very simple example, but we're going to begin figuring out a methodology that will help us to solve a variable in an equation. So an equation works like a balance scale, as I've drawn out here. A balance scale is made of two plates that balance when they have the same amount of weight in each one. And the key to an equation is that you have to keep that balance. So here, if we have an unknown amount x and a known amount 20, that's our x plus 20 right here. And on the other side of the scale, or the other side of the equal sign, we have 50. We know that this unknown quantity plus 20 is going to total the same amount as 50, because they're going to be in balance. Now whatever we do to one side of the balance scale, we have to do to the other to keep that balance. So if I remove that 20 from the left side, I have to remove an equivalent 20 units from this side. So I keep that balance. Here, this leaves an x quantity and a 30. So x equals 30. It's equivalent to 30. We can see that through the scale. In an equation, we would have x plus 20, which represents this. But if I remove the 20, subtract 20, I'm then just left with an x on that side. So the plus 20 and the minus 20 cancel each other out. That's going to equal, now I've taken away 20 from the left side, I have to take away 20 from the right side. 50 minus 20 leaves me with 30 on the right side, just like we had 30 on this side of the scale. So here the scale is telling me that x is balanced or equal to 30, and here the equation is telling me that x is equal to 30. All right? So that's a very simple example just to show you how equations work. And the basic idea, the most fundamental rule about solving equations is that whatever you do to one side of an equation, you must do to the other side. So thinking of it like a scale, if you want to keep that balance, if you're going to adjust something on one side, you have to make the same adjustment on the other. So in this question, x equals 30. We're going to be using that in a minute. So here we solved for the unknown. This is some important vocabulary. We figured out what was the x. We solved for the unknown. And this is known as isolating the variable. We got x alone, isolated. And on the other side, it tells you what x is equal to. We can also check our answers. You can check your answer using substitution. You take our answer, x equals 30, and we put it into the original question. The original question, x, what plus 20 equals 50? And our answer for x was 30. 30 plus 20 equals 50, which we know 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 equals 50. This is a way to check your work. So we know, we can confirm that what we had from solving the equation makes sense and works in the end.